In the rugged terrain of Laconia, beneath the shadow of Mount Agis, the city-state of Sparta stood as a beacon of discipline and military prowess. From an early age, Spartan boys were inducted into the Agoge, a rigorous education and training program designed to forge them into elite warriors. These boys, stripped of their comforts, learned the values of endurance, obedience, and loyalty, molded by the harsh realities of their environment. Among them was a boy named Leonidas, whose fiery spirit and keen intellect set him apart. Though he was born into a lower-tier family, his determination to rise through the ranks fueled his ambition. From dawn till dusk, he trained relentlessly, earning the respect of his peers and the attention of his mentors. Years turned into decades, and Sparta flourished as a military power, but the echoes of war began to reverberate through its streets. The Peloponnesian War erupted, pitting Sparta against its traditional rival, Athens. The Spartan forces, known for their formidable phalanx and unwavering discipline, initially achieved great victories. Leonidas, now a seasoned warrior, fought valiantly on the battlefield, embodying the Spartan ideals he had been taught. Yet, as the war dragged on, the toll became evident. The relentless battles consumed not only soldiers but also the very fabric of Spartan society. The population dwindled, and the once invincible warriors began to question the unyielding values that had been instilled in them. A faction within Sparta emerged, advocating for a change, an integration of new ideas and alliances rather than strict adherence to tradition. As Spartan warriors returned from the front lines, weary and disillusioned, Leonidas found himself torn between loyalty to his brothers and the need for change. In the heart of Sparta, debates erupted among the council of elders. Some argued for a more flexible approach to governance and warfare, while others clung fiercely to their ancestral customs. Among the new generation of leaders was Cleomenes, a charismatic young general who recognized the need for evolution. He argued that without adaptation, Sparta would be doomed to repeat its mistakes. Leonidas, captivated by Cleomenes' vision, began to question the rigidity of the Spartan system. But such thoughts were dangerous. In Sparta, dissent was not tolerated. The climax of this internal struggle came during a heated assembly in the Agora, where Leonidas, representing the younger warriors, spoke passionately in favor of Cleomenes' reforms. Agis countered with an impassioned plea to uphold Spartan values, invoking the honor and sacrifices of their forebears. The crowd was split, and the air thickened with tension. As the debate reached a fever pitch, a faction loyal to Agis took matters into their own hands. Under the cover of darkness, they ambushed Cleomenes and his supporters, branding them traitors to Sparta. In a brutal skirmish, several were killed, and Cleomenes was forced into exile. The betrayal cut deep, and Leonidas felt the weight of guilt pressing upon him. Amidst the turmoil, the external threats converged. The Athenian forces, emboldened by the disarray within Sparta, launched a full-scale assault on the city. As the enemy approached, the loyalists and reformists, once sworn enemies, found themselves united by a common cause. In a final act of desperation, Leonidas led a coalition of warriors against the Athenian army. The clash of metal and the cries of the dying filled the air as both sides fought fiercely. But the Spartan forces, already weakened by internal strife and losses, struggled to hold their ground. The streets of Sparta lay in ruins. The proud banners of the city were trampled underfoot, and the cries of the vanquished echoed in the silence. Leonidas, captured but unbroken, was brought before the Athenian general. "You fought valiantly," the general remarked, looking upon the warrior with a mix of respect and pity. "But your pride led you to this end." Leonidas, battered but resolute, replied, "We fought for our ideals, even if they were misguided. It was not the strength of our arms but the strength of our hearts that defined us." Sunset on the once great city of Sparta, the warrior reflected on the lessons learned amidst the turmoil. The rigid adherence to tradition had stifled innovation and ultimately contributed to their downfall.